Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria. I'm a host here on this immersion. I've been on Talk and Talk for 3 years now. Tonight, I'm with Lucas Brizola. He's our VIP student here in Talk and Talk. Just a little bit about me. I live in Florianopolis. I'm 28. As it for work, I have my own business. I have a broker insurance company. I have it for 4 years now, and it's been a great challenge. I've been learning a lot about entrepreneurship. I've been learning a lot about myself, about working with other people, and that's a great process. Um, in my free time, I like to play beach tennis with my friends. I also love playing volleyball. And every week, I have an event here with my friends. Every Wednesday, we have a drink and talk event where we go to a bar, we talk in English, and we eat, we drink something, we drink some beers, and we talk, and it's very, very nice to improve the English. And for now, that's it. Brizola, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. Hello everyone. Good evening, Vic. Good evening, YouTube again. My name is Lucas Brizola, but you call me Brizola. I am 29 years old and I'm from Sorocaba, São Paulo, Brazil. It's the growing countryside city acquaintances for it increasing number of tech companies. Interestingly, your mail is a TikTok which has brought even more visibility to the city. I currently live my mom and my dog Mel, a small white shih tzu with a black spoil body. I am single, I have two tattoos and are passionate about cooking, especially dessert. Lasagna is my favorite dishes and I can never say no to ice cream, even cold days. My favorite flavors are one raisin and the corn. In my free time, I enjoy reading, watching movies and the series, and listening to music. My task is quite eclectic, from technobrega to rock. I also enjoy trying new experiences such as visiting water parks, attending festival and a concert, and traveling whenever I get a chance. On weekends, I usually go for more laid back plans like going to mall, watching a movie in cinema, or walking in parks, dining out, or spend time with the friends. And when I feel lazy, I love relaxing in my bed, curling up in the blanket, watching a movies or begin watching a series while enjoying some delivered foods. Professionally, I've been in recruitment for 10 years, with the last 7 years focusing here and tech professionals, a tech recruiter. I started studying my English in talking in February this year because in my career English is just a nice to have, is essential. I work hard to reach my goal, become hashtag fluent in English and confident in English. That's it.
Amazing, Lucas. Thank you very much. Great presentation as always. So, today we're talking about why do we fear being vulnerable?
This, to-
Lucas,
this
what
topic is
does
very intense.
very intense, yeah. And it's very nice to talk about this because we fear being vulnerable speaking in English. We fear speaking in English because talking another language is to be vulnerable, is to be open to make mistakes and to let people see you another face of you, people watch you learning something new. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So for you, Lucas, what does being vulnerable mean?
For me, being vulnerable means allowing myself to be seen without a mask. It's about to be honest with how I truly feel, even when it's uncomfortable. It's when I stop pretending that I have everything figured out and let people see the real me, my fears, doubts, hopes, and everything in between. It's not about being weak, but about having the courage to be real.
Wow, that's very deep. That's very true because I don't believe that the opposite of being the I don't believe that being vulnerable is being weak. I believe that you have to be strong enough to show yourself vulnerable. Some people they don't like to show their vulnerable side to other people. It can be to friends, to a relationship, to your family. But being vulnerable, it's very important to make true connections. The the greatest connections that I had with my friends was made in moments that I was very vulnerable. So it's nice to show that we are not always strong all the time. We are not fun all the time. We have moments, we are human beings. We have moments that we're sad. We have moments that we need a friend's shoulder to lie, to cry sometimes, and that's very very important for all of us. And also a great example of being vulnerable is to recognize when you make a mistake, when you hurt someone and you apologize, when you do something wrong and maybe nobody knows, but you step up and you tell everyone, oh, nobody knows, but I have to to say this, I did something wrong, and be honest with yourself at first and with the other people. So, question number two. Do you find it easy or hard to open up to others?
Oh my God, so hard question. So hard. Oh my gosh. I find it's hard to open up, especially at the first. I usually prefer to deal it things on my own because opening up can feel like I am losing control or making myself to expose it. But it really depends on the person and the situation. When I feel safe and trust someone, it's become easier even though I still a challenge. I think I've learned to protect myself by keeping things inside, but I also know that being open can lead to deepening connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Sometimes we tend to keep things to ourselves to protect ourselves. But I've learned that that's not the best way to do it because I've been going through something very tough recently. Something happened in my life that it changed my life upside down. It's changed a lot. And I felt myself very vulnerable. And then I opened up to a few friends what happened. And I was very happy in some way because even though it is a very, very difficult moment, I felt so much love coming from my friends, and I heard a lot of people that I wasn't expecting. They stand in an arm for me. They asking me if I want help. Some A lot of people they didn't even ask if I wanted help. They helped me without asking, and that's very nice because, for example, in my case, I live in a different city, very, very far from my family and my long term friends. And connecting this new network of friends, it has been very important because I used to think that I would feel very lonely here because I have no deep connections yet. But I found out that I do have. I found out that there are a lot of people. Sometimes we think that people don't like us or people don't care, but actually there are a lot of people who likes us in our lives and we don't know. So sometimes we tend to feel alone. We tend to feel that we have to deal everything by ourselves, and that's not true. Like you said, being vulnerable is especially important to make deeper connections. And when we learn that, we feel more confident to be vulnerable around the people that we like, not only family and open to new friends. That's the point.
S- Vic, ah, vou tentar criar uma pergunta.
Okay.
Are the best friends you can feel safe opening up to coming from the region where your family lives or not?
Yeah, the closest friends that I have, long term friends, they are from Goiás, where I lived for so many years. And here in Floripa, I live for 2 years now. And in the beginning, I thought it would be so hard to make new friends because the friends that I've made, they are long term friends. And it's especially different to make friends when you're an adult. It's especially, I think it's hard to make friends when you're, for example, I work from home, I study from home, so I had to make an effort to make friends because I have my own business. I don't have the possibility, for example, to make a best friend in my work. I don't I I'm not in college anymore. I'm not in high school anymore. So as an adult, we have to make an effort to go out, to meet people, to make friends, and that's tough. It's not easy because you have to uh, put yourself out of your comfort zone, because when we are younger, for example, it's much easier to make friends because you're in college, you're in high school, you're in all the places everywhere. And now, no, the point here is it's important for me as a person to make new connections where I live, so I feel like this is also my home, not only the place that I was born, but here that I chose to be my home, you know?
I am curious now. And in Floripa, you live. Do you have more friends or college?
Um, as I told you, s- I've been facing a difficult moment, and recently I narrowed my connections. I realized that my friends, they are much closer to me than I thought they were, because I thought that it would be very hard to pass through this moment, but I have so many amazing people by my side, so many amazing people texting me all the time. They're calling me to uh, go out to, so I don't stay home and keep my mind sad and doing stuff, People, I see people coming after me all the time to check on me, to see if I'm okay, to see if I need anything. So I've been discovering a lot about this lately. So it's very nice. And I realize now that I have great connections here that I didn't think that would happen soon.
Yeah, good, good.
And how about you? You are from Sorocaba. You were born in Sorocaba.
Yeah, I'm born in Sorocaba and I live in Sorocaba.
So you have long term friends as well, right?
No,
No?
no, I confess, no, 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 no. I, oh my God. Amigo pra mim, friends for me is is very important because uh, é alguém que que você se sente seguro e consegue confiar, não uma pessoa assim uma pessoa que você vê de vez em quando, sabe? E em meu redor, infelizmente, tem mais colegas do que friends. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very important to make that distinction about colleagues and friends because sometimes you discover friends, deeper connection in friends that you didn't think it would be possible. But sometimes we have bad, how can I say, surprises, thinking that a colleague, for example, is a friend, but it's not. Not everybody wants to hear about our lives to help us or to share the connection. Sometimes people just wanna know stuff and pass the information forward, like gossip.
Yeah, famous stab in the back.
Yeah, and that's very common in the work. For example, we have our colleagues at work, and sometimes we think that because we see them every day, because we talk to them every day, they are our friends, but not always. Not always. Do you have good friends or good colleagues at work?
I don't. Un, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
no,
No.
no, no.
You work remotely?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's even harder to make friends when you work remotely to make good connections with colleagues. Not easy. So, do you want to choose a question, Lucas?
Yeah, 1 second, please.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, every question so hard. 1 second. Uh. Question number five is hard but interesting. Do you think vulnerability is a weakness or a strength? Strength, yeah?
Strength.
Strength. I
Strength.
believe you. Sorry, repeat it, please.
Strength.
Strength.
Is.
Strength. Thanks. I believe vulnerability is real strength. It's take courage and self-awareness to be open in the world that constantly pushes us to look perfect and in control and in control. Being vulnerable means you're brave enough to be honest about what you're feeling, even when it's uncomfortable. Pretending everything is fine when it's not. That's what truly shows weakness. Real strength is facing your truth and letting others see it too.
That's it. Yeah. Real strength is facing your truth because nowadays I believe that it's with social media and stuff, it's been harder to see your true self and the others for real because everybody, I can't say everybody, but a lot of people who are online, they try to show that they are very strong, that they have an amazing perfect life, that they have a perfect job, that they have the perfect trips, that they have everything settled up, they are very young, they have enough money, but that's not the truth. Everybody has lots of problems, and people try to sell a life that doesn't exist. And although we do know that the perfect life doesn't exist, we tend to compare a lot our lives with people that we know like 1% about. For example, uh, English, for example. A lot of people can see you and your path in English that in February you could say almost nothing, but here in July you can. And people compare to you, but they don't know that every day you're attending to the immersions. Every day you are studying a lot, that you prepare for the immersions, that you study the vocabulary, the the sentences, and people they don't see the whole process. They just see the result and try to and compare to their lives, and that's very unfair with themselves because we don't know the whole process. We don't know what's happening, and we feel vulnerable and weak for ourselves. But when we put ourselves in front of a camera or in front of other people, we try to show like we're strong, that we know what we want, and sometimes we don't know what we want. Maybe sometimes, a lot of times in my life, I didn't know what I want, but I knew what I didn't want. So that's very important. I know that I don't want this anymore. I don't know what I want, but this, I don't want this. So I'm leaving this situation, for example. So I'm changing this thing. I don't want to, for example, uh, live here in Brazil forever. So I don't know which country I want to go, but I'm learning English. So I have a lot of possibilities to go. I have a lot of places to work, to study. So it's important for us to have that kind of visibility in our life, you know.
Just to add, unfortunately, areas that work such as B2C or B2B, and then the consumers such as the banking segment or any areas focused on sales use it oh my God, vulnerability uh, de forma negativa, how to cause
Yeah.
dismissal, desligamento, I don't know English, run sales without calling the person. Vicky, you work with health insurance, right? B2B and B2C. Have you seen uh, this in your work or not?
The vulnerability
Yeah, usar
about
isso.
how so, you mean about the employees being vulnerable to us? I don't understand your question.
Você já. Vou falar, speak em português. Você já presenciou isso que eu cheguei a falar para você, das pessoas nos segmentos bancários ou vendas utilizarem a vulnerability de forma negativa para trazer algo positivo para a pessoa?
In sales in general, I believe that one of the techniques a lot of people still teach everybody is to hit the vulnerability of someone to make a sale. For example, you show where the person has a vulnerability in life to make a sale. For example, in my case, the person wants to make um life insurance. It's a father of two kids and a wife. So we use that oh, if you weren't here, if something, god forbid, and something happens to you, what will happen with your family, with your kids, with your wife, using the vulnerability. So it's important to make a plan, to make an insurance to protect your family if something happens to you. Or maybe if an accident happens or you get a disease, you have an insurance to protect you, to protect your family, to protect your financial wealth, you know. So in sales in general, people hit that spot a lot to make sales, to use, can be a person vulnerability, tough word, or a company, for example, because every company, they have vulnerabilities. It's pretty normal. And okay, if something happens to the company, for example, COVID, if the company has to close for 6 months, how are you gonna pay your employees? How you're gonna pay all your bills? So it's important to have a company insurance, you know. So yeah, in sales in general, we use a lot the vulnerability to sell stuff.
Did you come from the sales area or not?
No, I'm not from the sales area. I've worked with sales for a lot of years, but I don't like it. I really don't like it. So I'm in the strategic area. I'm like a director, strategic director in the company. I do the
Wow,
planning and stuff. I work
wow,
a lot of with the sales area, but I don't sell direct to the client because I don't like it. I'm more of a planner.
wow. Ask this because you are very, very persuasive
Thank you.
and a good communication. Congratulations.
Thank you. I've improved a lot to tell you the truth, not only because we're here, but telling you the truth. Being here helped me a lot to communicate myself with people that I don't know, because a lot of people don't believe me when I say, but I was very, very, very shy, very, very shy. I had a lot of difficulty talking to people, yeah. And being here every week talking to different people. I know you come to the immersions, but every immersion there's gonna be someone new that I've never seen before. So it helped me to know how to articulate better, know how to be in a big group talking, know how to express my ideas with calm, with being secure what I said, and knowing that I'm making mistakes, but that's okay. There's no problem in making mistakes, you know. So it helped me a lot, but I like to speak, I like to talk a lot with people when it's not about only work, you know, not about, oh, I have to convince you to do something. I like to be persuasive in more um, social areas, not only for work. For work, I like to plan, I like to train, I like to deal with data. I deal with a lot of data. I like to bring up new ideas, to develop new projects. I don't like sales.
Wow,
But to tell you the truth, I train the sales team. I always train them. Every month I make the trainings. I train the team so they can sell stuff to the clients, but I don't sell, I just train them. Crazy,
uh,
right?
yeah. Uh, in my experience, people you come in the analytic strategy area cannot transmit specific information to any people, and you can. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very interesting because I always liked physics, math, and chemistry at school. And when it came to college, I studied computer science. And computer science, yeah, it's all about numbers. But as the years gone by, I fell in love with people, talking to people and developing relationships and exchanging ideas and training people, and more to the part of um, business. Now I made the graduation in and a post graduation in business, in strategic business. I had a post graduation and I fell in love with it because it's something that I like. It's very different because I worked with IT for some years, which I loved. I thought it was my dream. I loved it, but now I changed my area and I'm so very happy with it. When I began in Talk and Talk, I began here because I wanted to get an international job being a dev, being a developer. And now I don't want to be a developer anymore, but I do want to study abroad. I want to study business abroad to bring the knowledge to my own company. So it changed a bit. The My goal changed a bit, but English is still a very important tool to get me to my goal.
Wow. Wow, it's
Yeah.
explained. Wow. And you want to search for job abroad or not?
I don't know. At this point, I don't see myself working in another thing abroad, but maybe when I live abroad, because I want to live for, I don't know, 6 months or a year, I want to study abroad. And maybe when I'm studying abroad and living abroad, I'll get a job to help myself financially. But I want to study to bring up the knowledge to my company and to make it bigger, you know?
Yeah, or take your or t take your company outside.
Yeah, but that's a bit different because the kind my kind of business is not the kind of business that I can open the company to another countries, because I can only operate in Brazil, you know? I can't sell for people who live in United States, for example, but I can sell insurance for people who are traveling to United States, but not for residents there. It's the type of the business.
Oh, yeah, eu ouvi falar out, out and less bu- vou tentar falar essa palavra. Bureau, bureaucratic. Yeah, bureaucrat,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
bureaucratic comparing Brazil. You, oh oh my God. Uh, Você sabia disso? Or not?
That is bureaucratic. What exactly?
For example, in the other countries, you pay menos, oh my God, menos. Fugiu o nome agora? Oh my God, fugiu o nome. Imposto.
Yeah, it's different how the companies operate in each country. It's tough to compare because in Brazil is a way, in United States it's a different way, in Europe it's different, you know. But tell me, what about you? What do you wanna do after? Okay, you reach a C1, for example, in English. What do you wanna do with your career? What's your next step in career?
But, my dream is oh my God. I believe or I'd say in oh my God, I don't know, está em uma technology company in specifically in Egypt. because in my dream, um dos meus sonhos é conhecer lá.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah,
Egypt.
Egypt. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Cultures, o país como um todo, enfim.
wow, that's amazing. That's very nice. So you wanna live there or you wanna work here for them?
Live in Egypt.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's very, very nice. Wow.
Yeah, a really good cultures, I don't know English, pyramids, in general, you know.
Wow, that's amazing. Egypt
It's so
seems to be a
specific.
very,
It's so
yeah, it's so
specific. Yeah.
specific. That's why it's very nice because lots of people they want to learn English to live, I don't know, maybe in United States or maybe in England or maybe in some other country. And that's very nice because there's so many amazing places, amazing countries that we don't look so much, you know. We tend to look more to United States and Europe. And like if that was it, we have so many countries, almost 300 countries, and we look to just, I don't know, 5 countries. One
Yeah,
of
and
my dreams is to meet Greece. I really, really want to go to Greece. Maybe next year's or the next one.
wow. Why?
Because I think it's in a magical country, and the history is so alive in that country. You know, it's like a lot of things began there. It's like one of the the initial point of many things in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Uh,
rich.
and my two dreams, I don't know, is visited Japan. I love the cultures too. Uh, cuisine, culinária, I don't know correctly.
Mhm.
Cuisine and oh my God, I love everything, you know. I really, I am really curious quando se trata de cuisine, you know.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. I love it. I'll watch a lot of YouTube videos of Brazilians going to Japan. So I've learned so many things about Japan by watching these videos about the culture, about the clothes, about the writing, the food, and it's very, very nice. I want to go there sometime as well.
Wow, I am curious now. Have you ever tested something you never imagined testing?
Like for food.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. It's not that differently, but last month, I guess, I went to an Indian restaurant and it was very, very nice. The food was amazing, but it was very spicy. Very, very spicy. I don't have much tolerance for spicy food. It was amazing, but very, very spicy. And that's nice because, like, they are ingredients that we do have here in Brazil, but they are prepared in such a different way with different spices, different uh, things that they use. So it's a pretty new taste and texture, and I love trying new food. I love trying different cuisines. Last month, actually, I gathered with a group of friends and we did a Chinese night, and we had a lot, all of us we cooked Chinese dinner. We have the main dish, the dessert, and the entrance. It was very, very nice.
Oh, wow. In my case, I have eaten several things. For example, um, alligator, uh, goat, cookie crush, uh, I don't know correctly, cookie crush, you understand or not?
Oh,
É
what is it?
carne, é carne de bode. Carne de jacaré, de bode,
That's so
uh,
different.
barata, and, cobra d'água.
Where do you eat those things?
I don't know. Meu tio deu pra mim experimentar.
Cockroach, barata.
Yeah.
Cockroach.
Oh, sorry, cockroach, barata. Yeah, yeah. Cockroach,
What
jacaré,
does it
bode.
taste like?
I really like.
Crunchy.
Yeah, I speak em português. Ele deu para depois ele falar o que que era, senão eu não ia comer. I confess, it's really
You
good.
like?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow, I'm
So,
shocked.
eh,
I'm
eh,
very
eh,
shocked.
remember Doritos?
Why did you tell me that? Because from now on, every time I eat a Doritos, I remember you telling about the cockroach. Oh, please don't. Oh my God, Lucas. That's terrible. Wow.
And
I like talking to you because you're like a surprise box. Every time we talk, you have something very different to say. Uh,
E
you're
and
funny.
the and the snake d'água. Remember Fini, you know?
Really? You remember Finny? Was
Yeah,
it sweet?
really. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So different, but really good.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think maybe you like Thailand because there's the cuisine there, it's very different. They eat some insects. It's part of the, I don't know much about it, but I know that in Thailand there's a lot of different dishes with insects and stuff like that and different kind of meat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thailand is different, you know? Eu, é, Thailand, acho que eu não tenho coragem.
You already ate a cockroach, a water snake, an alligator, a goat, and you don't have courage to go to Thailand. Makes no sense.
Oh my God, because I don't know, ambient is so hard, different, more different. Uh, yeah, you understand, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, I understand you. I understand you. I want to visit Thailand though. I really want to go there sometime because I think it's such a beautiful country. I really love making trips to be closer to the nature. I prefer going to the nature in the middle of nowhere, close to the nature animals, than going to a big city. Like I really want to go to Japan, to Tokyo, to Kyoto, stuff like that. But on the other side, if I had the opportunity, I would go first to Thailand. It's a different kind of trip and
Oh,
also very rich culture.
you talk. I remember I wanted to eat scorpion. Have you eaten?
I don't eat meat. Any kind of meat, especially scorpions and cockroaches, but I don't eat meat. And but when I did eat meat, I never thought I would have the courage. I am not curious about the taste of it. I don't know. Yeah, it's true. It's very different for me. Too very very different. I don't think I would like. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So, Lucas, our time is almost up, and I'm so, so happy tonight because we read like three questions, and I'm very proud of you because we had an amazing conversation
Thank
without using the questions. Really, congratulations. I
thank you
always
so
love when
much.
you're here because I see how much you're improving and you're having a conversation in English and having fun. You're like making me questions. You didn't prepare the questions. We're here having a real conversation and you're responding and we're having a nice time. That's very amazing. Congrats, really.
Thanks so much. I'm really happy, and I really love your mentions because you're so amazing, right? And você deixa a gente à vontade, sabe? Isso ajuda muito para quem tá se desenvolvendo. Thanks so much. I really love this conversation with you.
Thank you, Lucas. Have a great end of the week and keep up with the good work. Keep studying every day. You know it's been very worth it. You're the first person that sees it. You're improving a lot. That's very nice.
Thank you so much, Vic. Have a great night.
Bye bye, Lucas. See
Bye
you.
bye.